Hello, and welcome back to Ask a Newsworker. There's a term that's very common these days in mid 2023 when I'm recording this, and that is influencer. Influencer has been around for a while, at least last 5 or so years. I mean, the word influencer has been in the English language for a long time, but influencer in a sort of internet social media sense has come to mean usually a user or an account somewhere on social media that has a significant following and therefore has a certain amount of influence over people. That's a very basic and general way to describe influencer, I would say, today in mid 2023. It can be someone on Twitter, it can be someone on TikTok, it can be someone on Instagram, on YouTube, just someone who commands a large audience who is paying attention to what they're doing and reacting to it some way, becoming influenced, thinking about it, having their lives impacted by it in some way. That's what influencer tends to mean at this point in time, that is mid 2023. And a lot of people act like this is something new, like this whole idea of people getting an audience and then influencing them profoundly or maybe not so profoundly. But the truth is, there's always been influencers, there's always been influence. The news business, I would argue, is one of the original influencers. It was one of the first sort of things, first creations, first apparatuses, I don't know exactly what word to use, to command the attention of a lot of people at once and influence them. Be it newspapers, be it radio, be it television, every medium, every mass media has been a form of influence of some sort. I would say all media ever has been an influencer of some sort, meaning something that influences human behavior and human thought. A lot of us have just started to use the word itself instead of saying, mass media or something like that. We've just started to embrace the actual word based on the verb to influence, influencer. But influencing the public, influencing viewers, readers, listeners, that's nothing new. Again, that started probably with newspapers getting wide circulation alongside widespread literacy to actually read those newspapers. It continued with radio broadcasts, television broadcasts, and it continues today with internet broadcasts. So I think it's important to remember that influencers and influencing has always been around. And in some way, all media of any kind is trying to influence you in some way. I fully admit that with this channel, myself, this currently small, inconsequential channel, I'm trying to influence viewers and listeners to think about what the news is and how it affects them, how it's organized, how it's scheduled and planned, how it works, how it doesn't work. All media, I would say, is influential in its own way, even if it's something like, nails or fashion or interior design. That those channels are trying to influence you in some way to think about a particular topic or thing in a different way. So it's really not that new. Influencing has been around for a long time. Influencers have been around for a long time. We just think of them differently now. We're just in a situation where, say, an individual, especially a celebrity, can run an Instagram channel that has millions of viewers, millions of subscribers in a way that only a major television network could have had, say, 60, 70 years ago. I don't know the exact date, but there was a time where you could only watch a handful of channels on television. The internet wasn't around yet. And at those times, those particular television channels and probably some radio stations too and newspapers had exclusive influence over a large group of people. And so the only thing that's changed is now individuals can get that in certain ways. Of course, they often expand and form groups and build businesses from there. But it's really just the same thing happening all over again. So I'm here to tell you and remind you that influence through media is nothing new. It's just taken on different forms in the present day. Or maybe I'm completely wrong. Tell me what you think in the comments or send me an email. And thanks again, as always, for watching Ask a Newsworker. Stay tuned for more videos.